Hello citizens, I am Shoas with the Aerial Heights gaming community, and I got a Star Citizen update for you guys. I've got another video coming out after this one, but it'll take me a little longer because it won't actually be using footage from the hangar, and I'm going to have to kind of cobble things together. So shut up, look. I'm here to show you something very special. There was a massive update. I had an issue getting uploaded because the launcher wouldn't try to download the patch. There was a lot of problems with the launcher. They're still working on it. Again, this is pre-alpha. This thing isn't even worthy of alpha yet. This code is still really old. Not old, but young, more to say. But they've come out with a lot of updates, namely an outfit change. That's the outfit I used to be wearing. If we had F1, we show I've got my bounty hunter or my kind of rugged kind of skin going on here, and with my double pistols. Now, there is actually first-person combat in the game. CryEngine supports it, and a lot of people were complaining about the idea of turning Star Citizen into a first-person shooter. You see it. I know you see it. I'll show it to you in a second. But the game was designed from the ground up with the idea that the boarding ships and having gunfights and canteens and stuff would be happening. So, to all those people out there who are worried about the idea of Star Citizen becoming a first-person shooter, I'd say don't worry. It's not going to be anything huge. Which is alright with me because I love the idea of having a gunfight in an off-world canteen or a gunfight on a ship as someone who tries to board me. I love that idea. It's just way cool, just amazing. They've added some other things. Let me get out of third person. Added some other things. These are all stuff that I had before the posters I picked up because I thought they were cool. There's my Cutlass poster, and there's my Wingman poster. There's the Wingman himself. This is the trophy from giving $5 for the Germany CitizenCon or PAX. Fish tank. I don't know why they gave this to me. All I know is that I've got a fish tank. And the fishes can collude with each other, apparently. Apparently fish don't follow the laws of physics, but it's whatever. It's cool. I like the idea. I like the idea of them taking the time to put in water physics in a space game. But that's not why you're here. I'm here to show you something very special, and that is that beautiful baby right there. But I'm going to first show you this. This is the Aurora. You've all seen it before. I paid $10 for the new version. They haven't properly patched it in, but a new Aurora came out for Star Citizen's 1-year birthday. The thing is beautiful. It is pimp. It's a yellow and green paint job. It's got 4 quad lasers on it. And which is basically laser chain guns. 4 laser chain guns. It's got a bunch of missiles on the top. The thing looks far more capable as a starfighter than any of the current Auroras, and may even finally be able to hold its own against maybe an Origin. But I have to assume that the idea of mounting 4 energy-based weapons and missiles on a ship this size, that the new Aurora will kind of bleed the tank dry very quickly. So instead of the Aurora having the capabilities of going out like it does currently, which is almost sad, I'm almost considered just picking up the other Aurora and keeping this one the way it is, but I already did the upgrade. But the idea of the long-term capabilities of the Aurora to stay out and trading it just for another Origin kind of is... it's kind of upsetting, really. I mean, now that I think about it, I should have kept it, but I didn't. Eventually, at some patch, that'll be turned into the new one, and I'll show it to you. But I'm here to show you this. I've already popped in it and tried out the animations to make sure everything works. This is the Avenger. This is the first ship that many of you will get hands-on with when you come in the game. When you start up Star Citizen, at the moment, the idea for when you start Star Citizen is you will start Star Citizen, pick your sex, pick your race, pick your character. Then you will start a will. And the will is when your character dies, which you do have kind of like lives. They won't just say you have 2 lives left. But maybe it's insurance, maybe it's something. But the game will somehow give you an indication that if you get blown up in your starship, if your starship gets destroyed, you'll have a certain amount of time to eject, depending if your ship has an escape pod or not. And some ships may not have escape pods, or it may be very difficult for escape pod. An escape pod may cause energy issues or weight issues, seeing as how it's an actual thing you have to put on some ships. But this is the first ship you get into. This is the training ship that they'll take you into. And right when you start Star Citizen, you will start in the office enlisting for the Navy. Now, if you train, so far the plan is, and this is really subject to change, the plan is When you start Star Citizen, you will train in this thing, or you can say, no, I don't want to join the army, and just leave, and you'll go to a hangar with your ships, and you'll just do whatever you want from there. Or you can start the story mode campaign, which is Squadron 42, and you'll go and you'll train in this thing, and then you'll start up the squadron. Now, after you're done with your training, you can leave Squadron 42, but the UEE Navy will consider you a deserter, and you will have to pay a fine for the services of them letting you use their aircraft and whatnot to reimburse them for the time they wasted on a pilot who's not going to go to war for them. You have 1 galactic year, which I have no idea what the timetable in that is in the game, to pay. It could be like a month or something, but you have a galactic year to pay, and if you don't, the UE pretty much puts out a bounty on your head, and it really damages your reputation with the UEE. So if you do that, I hope you really don't like staying in very high security systems. But this thing is a former police cruiser. It is big, it is bulky, it is old tech. When you read the fiction stories that they've got on the website, the Avenger is old tech. It is old, it is rugged, it is a workhorse. This thing was not designed to look pretty, even though it looks gorgeous. This thing is kind of interesting. In the stats menu, if you go to the actual Star Citizen website and look at all the stats, this thing is kind of weak sauce compared to the other ones. It's got the same armament as the Origin 300i, which is 2 small Class 1 mounted guns, and then the 1 turret at the front, which has got a wicked larger gun. And this thing looks cool. I don't think there's any other ship that can mount a gun similar to this. I think this little chain gun right here is unique to this vessel, so maybe there's something in there. And there are these 2 missile pods. Right now there are fuel tanks for extra fuel loaded on them. Excuse me, I got the sniffles. But you can put fuel pods on them, and this thing is designed, right now it is used as a bounty hunter's vessel. Probably, if I were to guess, this thing would be way cheaper. Maybe it's more expensive than the Aurora, maybe not, but it'd be way cheaper than any other ships. This thing is old tech, no one uses it anymore. It's kind of phased out, but the thing was built so rugged and so tough that the thing was so rugged and so tough that people just kept it around. This thing, at least in the database that they were talking about this thing, it's very rugged. It's got it probably has more hit points and can take more damage than any ship in its class size. And it goes slower. It doesn't have the weaponry to suit, but it does have a lot of electronics because this is a bounty hunter's vessel. This is Slave 1. This is Boba Fett's ship in Star Wars. And you can see in the back, it can hold like 10 tons of cargo. You can't get to it from the back, but as you can see, there's clearly a cargo bay. And this is where the fact that it's rough. I mean, look, you have to crouch to get into your own cargo bay. This is actually it's actually cool design. The cargo bay is so small and just put in there that you have to crouch. And I mean, this is most of the ship. This cargo bay, most of the ship is dead and wasted space, because if you didn't have this cargo bay, this ship could be a lot smaller, basically be the Origin 300i. But this is a fighter that has a cargo bay like a Aurora, the trade version Aurora. This thing is a bounty hunter's vessel. It has a lot of computers in it because, let me run you through a scenario. I'm a pirate. I'm big and bad. I've got my tricked out Aurora or my tricked out 300i over there, and I'm causing all kinds of havoc. And I got a couple of guys with me, and they come up behind me and they grab cargo or debris in their Drake interplanetary cutlass with its tractor beam down there and gather up the resources that way. Well, say I want to sell them off, but the legitimate markets, the high security systems, are selling more money, right? They're selling for a higher price. I mean, you know me, I'm a pirate. I like money. So I get in my freelancer here, sorry about the phone. I get my freelancer here, which it can go really fast. It's got the guns. It's not the most, it's got missiles. It's not the vessel that you would dogfight in, but it can go fast. And getting away with my cargo intact is what I need. That speed will make up for all the weight of my cargo. Well, how do I get through a system without them knowing that I'm a pirate with a bounty on my head? Well, I go to Spider, and I buy a piece of equipment, and depending on how much I pay for it, depends on how good of a quality it is, but it's a device that disrupts my IFF, my Identify Friend Foe tag, and it puts up a fake name and a fake ship name, and it turns out that I am neutral, and I don't have a status anymore. That's not true, but I do. So when other ships pass me, I will show up as a neutral vessel, a trading vessel by some random named dude, and everything will be fine. No one will suspect the wiser. Fly casual. As long as I don't directly try to avoid like military ships or anyone that's designated themselves as like a security pilot, as long as it's not like, you know, I'm going to inch away from it, and everyone's like, why are you running away from it? As long as you fly casual, no one will notice that you have something to hide. But, and maybe the cargo I have is illegal, so I put little devices on the boxes themselves so that cargo scans won't pick up illegal goods, and people won't think I'm just a smuggler, when in fact I'm this huge pirate with a big bounty man. But how do I get past that? I take out my Avenger here with its advanced electronics, and I have a series. I can put you can do this really on any vessel, but the Avenger's got a lot more electronic capacity. It says so in the description. So I'm assuming it gets a bonus to like scan strength or whatever, or maybe just the using scanners won't drain the power supply as much as the other vessels. But I can use it, and I can scan that vessel. Now, the more obvious of a scan I use, the more it'll be really, really obvious that, hey, that dude is scanning me. He's looking for something. So maybe the art of surprise will be gone there. But maybe you didn't pay a lot. You're the pirate. You didn't pay a lot because you didn't think you'd need it. So I've got a passive scanner now, and it will allow me to scan you without totally being noticed, like physically, like you won't see me like sticking around or anything, or maybe I can do it from a longer range and you won't notice me hugging up against you. Like, why is this dude changing trajectory and hugging up against me? I would notice that, but I could probably stay at a distance, and I could penetrate your scans and figure out that you're bullshitting and that you are a pirate. Now, this doesn't, as far as I know, this doesn't immediately just scream to the whole system that there's a pirate inbound. Only I know. And then it becomes a prey-predator kind of thing. This is a marksman vessel. The front gun is really all you have. This is a vessel in which very few shots count, but you can take a lot of punishment. It's a marksman vessel. I got the one wicked gun at the front. That's what does the most damage. But I'm going to use this as a just like it is. You can see it's got the shape of a cobra head. This is going to be an ambush vessel. I'm going to fit this thing with some diffusers so that my engines don't put out as much, and I can stay off the radar stealth detection. I'll go slower, but I'll be able to get around without anyone noticing me. And I'm going to be a predator. I'm going to scan for dudes. I'm going to scan for cargo. When I find something, I'm going to play it real cool. I'm going to follow them, and then I'm going to ambush them. Flying casual, you don't expect anything coming, then wham, this chain gun opens up on you, and you don't know what you're doing, and then I tell you can go peacefully, or you can do this the hard way. Now, they have talked about, as far as being a bounty hunter, it is important to note out that it is possible for you to capture bounties on AIs. I don't know what the idea behind capturing bounties on human players will be. I know that they want to put it in the game, but the idea of a player just being able to log out kind of makes it hard. But again, the idea that I can do this, get on your ship, or go to your, if you eject in your escape pod, I can go up to your escape pod, like get you out of it, handcuff you, and then shove you into the back of my ship, and then just leave you there, and I fly off to a station to turn you, the player, into an authority for the money. That is cool as shit, and I love that idea. But let's get in it, because that's what you want to see. Very simple. Okay, it's very simple. It's a fighter design. There are two people. I don't know what the person in the back does yet. He probably can outfit electronics, or maybe he just sticks with you. I don't know. Or maybe he can operate the front gun. That'd be interesting. A turret operator for the front gun. But let's get in. It is kind of cool. You do step on the seat and you get in. I like the idea. It's very utilitarian. You don't have a special ladder that comes down. You have to have a ladder to get in. And the view is amazing. This is second only to the Aurora cockpit. The Aurora cockpit only wins because I can see down and I have complete... I can see everything. But this one, the view is way better than the 300i or the Freelancer, which they're going to change. But the view here is amazing, which is important because this is a game where I'm going to have to see my enemy to fight them. The panels here are blank, but they'll eventually say real things. Ammo counters, ship hull integrity, all kinds of things, fuel left, all that. But the other thing I found interesting was when I actually move around the sticks. Unlike all the other vessels, I move both sticks. And I don't use the pedals, which is interesting. I'm wondering how that's going to come around, because in all the other vessels, you only move one stick in the pedals. It may be that this is, like I said, they've really gone out of this was designed from the ground up. This is an old ship. You see the rivets are there. It's very utilitarian. The black and yellow tape. I mean, even the way you get in and out. I mean, you have to stand on your own seat just to get out of the ship. I mean, it's really designed to be an old workhorse, and that's why I love it. And I don't care if it sucks. I'm gonna fly the crap out of this thing when the dogfighting alpha goes up, and we're gonna be sustaining heavy bug issues and crappy connections when they try to make this a multiplayer game for the first time, and the servers are always crashing and the lag's so horrible. You know, it's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna look forward to it. I'm gonna be patient. And anyone who thinks that the dogfighting alpha is gonna go flawlessly, you're all nuts. All right, it's gonna be horrific, but that's the way it's supposed to be, because literally they're taking a game that isn't even alpha quality yet and they're making a multiplayer version out of it just so people can test it out and test the bugs. That's what we're here to do. That's what we're designed to do. If this thing can fly, I will be flying it a lot because I love this thing. I got the Cutlass coming for you in my next video, and I've got a special video up for you next time that I'm going to make. It won't be taking place in the hangar, at least a lot of it won't be. It's to tell you about another ship I've got. And oh, will you guys enjoy what I have to say. But that's enough for now. Citizens, I thank you for watching. All of you, thank you for watching. I hope you all have a good day. Fly safe.